This is the first day of Autosport International 2013, and it's traditional here on the Autosport stage that we start with rallying, and specifically the World Rally Championship, the pinnacle of the great sport of rallying. Have we got some rallying fans in the house? Just the one. That's slightly awkward. Any rallying fans in the house? Well, that's better. Right, please welcome top team boss and his new young charge for 2013, Malcolm Wilson and Mads Osberg. And joining them, Donald Smith from Castrol. Right, I'm sending Malcolm and Mads straight down to the front. They're going to reveal the M Sport Ford Fiesta RS WRC with its new livery. And of course, Mads Osberg's overalls are a clue to this new tie-up. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. The M Sport Qatar Ford Fiesta RS WRC. A round of applause, please. Right, have a seat, chaps. Donald Smith from Castrol joining them. Happy New Year, gentlemen. Good to see you. Mads, I'll start with you. A wonderful opportunity for you in 2013 to drive full-time and be the sort of de facto number one with the Ford Fiesta.
Yeah, it's a very big opportunity, for sure. I mean, we have been working very long to get in a good position, and I think we had a good season last year, and Malcolm saw that, I think, so he has given me a great opportunity, and I'm very proud to be a part of the Qatar M Sport World Rally team.
You're doing all the rounds, of course, all 13 World Championship rounds. I guess the pressure's on for you to win rallies and ultimately fight for the title.
Yeah, well, I think it's for sure it's a big pressure, but when you're in the sport, it's pressure anyway. And I have wanted this opportunity, and now I have it. So I will definitely do my best. The first aim is to start winning rallies, and I think during the season we need to maybe focus more about the championship. But at the beginning, we want to have some good results and start winning.
And there's a certain Frenchman who is not going to be there very often, so that sort of takes away a little bit of extra pressure, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, Sebastian is a really good driver. He's been there for a long time, and he has won a lot of rallies. So for sure, when he's not there, I think the championship is maybe a bit more open. But okay, he's starting to get old, so maybe it would have been nice to have him there for a bit more. But okay, it's a good opportunity for all the other drivers.
Absolutely. Malcolm, it's been quite a testing few months for M Sport, but you've pulled off a fantastic deal with Qatar, and the future's very bright for you guys in the World Rally Championship.
Yeah, I have to say, it was probably the last 3 months of last year was certainly the most difficult in my business life because of the reduced investment from Ford, which obviously put a lot of pressure on everybody in the team to try and find a solution, because I think everybody knows that with the Fiesta WRC, we've got a fantastically competitive car. And the last thing that we wanted to do was to not be able to fight at the highest level in WRC. And I'm really pleased to obviously announce it, and you can see today that we've got Qatar on board, which has really helped to fill a big hole. We've still got some way to go, but I think with the driver lineup and everything that we've got, then I'm confident that we can really challenge for some good results, and hopefully that will bring more interest in terms of WRC.
You've got a very young driver lineup, haven't you, with Mads? You've got Evgeny Novikov and Thierry Neuville. They're all guys with very little experience. Is that a concern?
No, not from my point of view. I mean, I think most people know that I really enjoy working with young drivers, Jari Matti and Mikko Herven and Deval, a lot of the guys over the years. But I think what I have got now is I've got a fantastic bunch of young drivers that have actually got and even though they're very young, they've got a reasonable amount of WRC experience. And we could see that last year by all three of them, the way that they were performing. So, and as you mentioned there, with no Sebastian Loeb, then I think it's really going to open up the championship. In one sense, for me, it's sad that Sebastian's not going to be there, but then on the other hand, I think it's going to be fantastic for the sport, because you're now going to see a lot of drivers fighting for victory in WRC.
Presumably you had conversations with Sebastian Loeb at various points. It would have been good to have him in an M Sport car, I suppose.
Yeah, it's fair to say. 2005, before we made the big attack with the new Focus, for 2006, we did speak, and I think we came very close to joining forces. But then, of course, Citroën made the decision that they were going to continue, and for obvious reasons, you know, French driver, French team, he stayed there. But I think it's fair to say he cost us a lot of championships.
Donald Smith, Castrol, you've been supporting M Sport for 10 years or more now. It's a very important tie-up, isn't it, for both of you?
Yeah, as you say, you've heard about the challenging period that Malcolm's had, and Castrol have been supporting M Sport for over 10 years now, so we've got a strong relationship, and M Sport have really been powerful in how we activate our sponsorship. But there's actually other areas as well that bring value to us going forward. There is continued support from Ford to M Sport from a technical front, and that aligns also with Castrol, with our association with Ford and technical development, providing technical support to the team. And MADS also, Castrol have been a personal sponsor with MADS over the last couple of years as well. So this comes together, and even NASA, you know, Castrol, we've been together in Dakar with victories, so there's a number of really good factors that all came together why we want to continue our support of the team in 2013.
I guess on a technical front, if your products are good enough for this kind of level, the pinnacle of World Championship rallying, they're good enough for us in our road cars. That's the idea, isn't it?
For us, as you may know, Castrol has a very long heritage in rallying, and rallying is a great sport for us for developing and testing our lubricants, as it is using cars that are much more closer to real-life production cars, and importantly, the extreme environments from the Sweden snows to the high altitudes in Mexico. So it is a great platform for us to showcase and build our development of our technology, and then pass that on to our retail products and Castrol Edge products for the Ford cars themselves.
And I guess for Castrol, you've got the association with Ford, but you've also got Citroën and Volkswagen to go up against.
Well, that's part of motorsport, of course. You need strong competition, and we're looking forward to 2013, which it's challenging few months, but we've been really happy about what an amazing lineup that Malcolm's been able to pull together. So we're really excited about 2013 and what that can bring against that competition.
Mads, you're off to Monte Carlo in a matter of days. It's an event I know you've never done before. It's quite a tough place to start.
For sure, it's a difficult event, but I mean, I've seen it on television, and I've seen some onboards on the internet, and I actually did a gravel crew last year, so I've been there and I've seen the roads, and for sure it's tricky with snow and ice and tarmac, everything mixed together. But I'm looking a lot forward to it, and I know the team has a lot of experience from the event, so I need to listen to the team and take their advice and try to do a good approach to the event, and hopefully we can make a good result.
And you've got Sebastian Loeb, who is doing Monte Carlo, and Mikko Hirvonen in the Citroëns. They'll be tough to beat, won't they?
Yeah, for sure. Citroën will be strong again this year. I'm 100% sure, and also Volkswagen has a good lineup of drivers, and we don't know a lot about the car, but I think they will be strong as well. So for sure, it's a lot of challenges, but okay, we are a strong team as well, and hopefully we can challenge them throughout the year.
What about testing? Have you had a chance to drive the latest spec car much?
Yeah, we did. I did 2.5 days in December, and I'm doing another test tomorrow, the last test before the event. So I've been able to drive it, and it feels really good. I enjoy working with the new part of the team, and it's been really good so far.
How does the dynamic work with Evgeny and Thierry? You guys you're all very, very young. I guess you're all going to put pressure on each other to come out on top in the M Sport fold, aren't you?
Yeah, I think we will, but we have a strong team leader, and I'm sure he will tell us what to do from time to time. So we will of course fight hard, and I think all of us wants to do good results, which is good. But I think at some points we need to have a bit of advice from Mr. Wilson here, and I'm sure he will give us quite a clear message.
He turned Jari-Matti Latvala and Mikko Hirvonen into regular winners, and hopefully he can do the same for you.
Yeah, I think so. He has turned a lot of drivers into rally winners, and I think all of us wants to be future winners as well. So I'm sure he has a plan for us, and we will do everything we can to make those plans real.
Malcolm, quick word about the championship as a whole. You've got Volkswagen coming in, which is a massive boost for the series at a time when it really needed it.
Yeah, I think it's no secret the sport's gone through a very difficult period, but I think now with the advent of Red Bull Media Sport House as the promoter, a new promoter which we haven't had for the previous 12 months, the fact of Volkswagen coming in and Citroën and Ford and ourselves still being there, then I think we've got the basis now for a really good championship. And I think again a little bit about the Loeb not being there, so it's a great platform to build on. And but there's no question there's a lot of work to do on the promotion and the marketing side of WRC to get it back to where it needs to be.
The deal's not signed yet, is it? Why is it taking so long?
I think there's a lot of areas that need addressed, and I think the important thing is that all the right areas need to be addressed properly so that the promoter can actually do his job. But of course the FIA has to be able to do their job. And with it probably been in disarray for a number of years, there's a lot of open loose ends that need to be tidied up. But I think it's very close now, and I'm pretty confident that in Monte Carlo that Red Bull Media House Sport will be taking on that role. And I think it's all the building blocks are in place to now really move the sport forward.
Are you happy with the format of the championship and the events? I know there's been a lot of talk about having longer, harder rallies, harking back to the old days, but do you think that the flavour and the geographical spread of the series is about right?
I think you have to look at a lot of the emerging countries, and I think there's no question we need to get WRC into a lot of these places. The Chinas, the Brills, the Russias, etc. And these are the areas where I think WRC can become really strong, because there's not a lot of other motorsport activities. But of course you've also got to retain the main character of what WRC is all about, your Finlands and your Greece. But I think I can see the championship moving more out of Europe and becoming more global in the future. In terms of the longer events, I don't think we need longer events. Maybe we can make the leg longer, set off on a Friday morning and finish on a Saturday morning and go through the night. But of course, at this current time, you need to be very careful on controlling costs. So it's a balance at the moment.
Sorry about the disco. Donald, for Castrol, the global spread of world rallying is important to you as a brand, isn't it?
It is, as Malcolm said there. I think that's the challenge for WRC now, is to go to some of the more developing and brick markets. Rallying actually has, we have had a World Rally round in China, India is well developed, and we've had World Rally in Brazil. So from our position, Europe is a well-established market, and importance for us is how we use these assets in our growing markets, and we're really looking with World Rally to try and build that into the likes of China and Brazil.
Guys, we wish you well. Oh.
Just one small thing.
Okay.
Just to let you know how such a long-standing sponsor Castrol has been. Castrol were actually the first people to sponsor me as a driver, and first people to recognize what small talent I had back in 1975. So I think we talk about 10 years. So if you go back to 1975, I think that tells you the long-standing relationship that we've had with Castrol.
Long before Mads was born, of course. I remember you in the Castrol Autosport National Championship in a Mark II Escort, but that's for another time. Gentlemen, great to see you. Have a great season. Put your hands together, please, for our M Sport World Rally guys, Mads Osberg, Malcolm Wilson and Donald Smith. Thank you, guys.